The United States has celebrated since 1894, but why do we celebrate it? Labor Day falls on the first Monday of September each year, and it was strategically placed in September as a day of rest between the 4th of July and Thanksgiving. Several states observed the holiday before it became an official holiday. And while having the day off work is significant to many, it signifies the strides of the labor movement in the U.S.
People working factories, steel mills, railroads, coal mines, all those things. The holiday was created to celebrate their contributions to the United States of America.
He says that during the 1890s, most people worked 6 days a week without any minimum wage laws. Labor Day is a recognition that workers deserve rights and recognition.